Hi, I'm Jerry Boykin. I'm a retired U.S. Army Lieutenant General with over 36 years in uniform. I love America. I've served America. I've served to support and defend the Constitution of the United States. That was the oath that I took. I want to talk to you today about three things. One is Shariah Law. The other is our movement towards socialism and Marxism. And then finally, the role of the church in our nation today. I'm greatly concerned because Americans don't understand what Shariah law is. I believe that every Muslim should be allowed to worship freely until their worship challenges and threatens the future of our Constitution. What most people don't understand is that Shariah law is designed to replace our Constitution. You see, under Shariah law, which is the law, the Islamic law, which beheads people for crimes that are outlined in Shariah law, that stones women for adultery, that cuts off the hand of the thief, and does many other aberrant things that we as Americans, we as Westerners, we as Christians find to be totally unacceptable and appalling. That's Shariah law. And there is an effort to bring Shariah law to America. You hear people like Imam Rauf, who is the imam at the mosque that is being proposed to be built at Ground Zero, talking about implementing Shariah law. He's made statements saying he wants America to become more Shariah compliant. It is an obligation for every Muslim that is truly following the dictates of the Quran to implement Shariah law wherever they are. And that's what the effort today is in America, to bring Shariah law. We cannot let that happen. We need to be concerned as Americans. Most Americans are totally uninformed on what Shariah law is. We need to recognize that Islam itself is not just a religion. It is a totalitarian way of life. It's a legal system, Shariah law. It's a financial system. It's a moral code. It's a political system. It's a military system. It should not be protected under the First Amendment, particularly given that those following the dictates of the Quran are under an obligation to destroy our Constitution and to replace it with Shariah law. A major at Fort Hood, Texas, last year in November, went into a facility at Fort Hood and killed 14 people, yelling Allah Akbar. Most people could not understand why he would do that, when the reality is, some time before that, he had actually briefed the senior medical officers in the United States Army on the fact that he was a Muslim who was complying with Shariah law. Sadly, they didn't understand what he was telling them. And when he went into that facility and started killing people, he was doing that because he is an adherent to the dictates of the Quran, and that's Shariah law. Now, I'm concerned about it, and I hope that you are too. So what do we do about it? As far as I'm concerned, the first thing that happens is you get better informed and understand what Shariah law is. It's about control. It's about oppression. And that is what people just simply cannot come to grips with. We still see this whole thing as being an issue of freedom of religion, and it's not. We cannot allow any religion that advocates the overthrow of our Constitution and the replacement of that Constitution by Shariah law to continue to take roots in our nation. We have to fight back. I don't advocate taking up arms against our government. I advocate using the very things that our founding fathers gave us, getting out and voting, letting our members of Congress hear from us on how we stand on things, putting men and women in positions of leadership that understand this issue and that are willing to take a stand and that are willing to fight for the sanctity and the preservation of our freedoms. I hope that you will make a great effort to find out more about this. There are many resources available. There are many websites, there are many books that will tell you what we're up against. We've been infiltrated by people of the Islamic faith, hardcore jihadists who want to destroy our nation. And until Americans wake up and decide that we will not allow this to happen, we're going to continue to be under a very serious threat that can, in fact, destroy our nation just as it is Europe. And Europe, I'm sad to say, probably cannot reverse the trends that have occurred there. I hope you'll find out more about this and join the fight. Thank you.